Hollywood is I think that's probably a best way to say it. Hollywood is truly and that's a good thing. Okay, as you guys know, the tariffs are still in the conversation. Whether they're applicable or not, nobody has an answer. But they definitely were useful. That just one post and one little conversation the president had outside of a helicopter has freaked Hollywood out, freaked the entertainment industry out. They're talking about it at the Cannes Film Festival today. And
wait, is that the same Cannes Film Festival that banned nudity or whatever?
Same one that banned nipples, which, like, fuck. That was the only reason to look at it.
Did you see the shit about, like, Halle Berry had to change her clothing now because they've banned nudity? Yeah. I was like, what? That sentence doesn't make any sense. Like, you had to change your clothing because nudity's not allowed.
Yeah. I just got it. Sorry. A little slow on the uptake on that one, MauLer. Oh, God. So, yeah, they're still talking about it. And the fact of the matter is, tariffs as they're defined aren't going to fix it. What's going to fix it is California, because Hollywood's in California. So they're trying to I don't know why Trump is trying to save Hollywood. I don't. But he's trying to keep at least American productions here. It might not necessarily be in Hollywood, whatever. States can compete against each other all day long. A state can go out there tomorrow, or at least through some major legislation, and match what the UK does. And Georgia kind of does that. That's why there's a lot of production going to Georgia. But UK has sweetened the deal. There's a lot of reasons, and I'll just try to keep it simple. It's caps. There's caps on the tax rebates you get, the reductions you get. The UK will give you a tax reduction on the total, and I'm gonna, like, I could be getting some of this wrong, but just to simplify it, on like the total budget of the film, where if you go to Georgia, they don't count like the big, like Robert De Niro's pay or something like that if they film a movie with Robert De Niro. So there's little caps on it here and there. What the biggest problem is unions and the state of California, who march lockstep. They are the same thing. They donate. These pictures are the same fucking thing. And what they are is a set of excessive regulations, but you don't just have state regulations. You have the corporate regulations and the union multiple union regulations. So not just one. You're dealing with 3 to 4 major unions who have their own regulations, the state regulations, the corporate regulations, and then you wonder why, Jim, why is everybody leaving Hollywood? It's like, because Jim Agnew was on Film Threat, and this is one story. He told a story of that independent studio, independent production, was going to shoot on location, and they gave a fake address of the location to trick the union people who would show up and say, you can't have that key grip, you got to have ours, who makes, instead of $300 an hour, who makes, $3,000 an hour. I'm not getting it, it's just an example.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like that's why they're leaving California. They're overtaxed. They're overregulated. Everything's fucking expensive. Gas is between depending on where you are, $5 and $7 a gallon. You need trucks. You need transportation. You need catering. You need it affects everything. Everything. That's why they're leaving. And Jim Agnew, and he's right, said they're not coming back. They're not. There's no way. By the way, they're asking Gavin Newsom to fix it again. So you're asking the arsonist to put out the fire. So now we have this. I just saw the headline. So gender neutral bathrooms and land acknowledgements. How California's film diversity rules will and won't change life on set. Are they seriously saying you have to do a land acknowledgement before you start a production?
Shut the fuck up.
Fucking UCLA. Fuck UCLA. The UC system is a fucking Marxist organization. Fuck these motherfuckers. If you pay hundreds of $1,000s to send your kid there, I don't want you to be all surprised when they come back Little Johnny comes back, little Sally, and he's still a he, and he hates you. Amid hostility from the Trump administration, studios have ditched many of their commitments to DEI, and recent UCLA report also showed a reversal last year in diverse representation in theatrical films after several years of gains. I've heard a lot of chit chat about this. I haven't seen a lot of action yet, I'll just say. But on July 1st, California will impose rules meant to ensure the film and TV production that receives state tax incentives hire diverse workforce, both on screen and behind camera. This is why productions are leaving California. It's all the caveats put on the shitty tax incentives. By the way, taxation is theft. And I'm sure they have these in the UK as well. I'm sure they have these in Georgia, but I'm sure they're much worse in California. Whether that will actually happen, however, is another question. Under regulations issued by the California Film Commission, productions will not be allowed to establish concrete hiring targets to achieve their goals. The regulations suggest they do things like provide gender-neutral bathrooms and issue land acknowledgments on set to honor native tribes. The fact that you're going through this, and every, Chris Gore would know, but your average film, every minute counts. It costs thousands of dollars a minute. Yeah. And if you're wasting any fucking time with a land acknowledgement, the basic spirit of the program is laudable. I thought they were going to say laughable, MauLer. It's laudable. No, it's laughable. It's an issue we need to continue to talk about, particularly in this environment. Hunt said, to be added, implementation is everything. What are you dumb fucking woke white people? What are you acknowledging? We are super, super sorry. We totally conquered you because you were divided and dying of disease. And then, we have no intention of giving the land back, but we'll acknowledge that we're super sorry about it, but we're not, because we're going to go back to our $6 million mansions now.
Still feel weird for apologizing. Let's say my grandpa stole some cereal from some other guy. I don't feel like I have to apologize for that, Go piss on his grave if you're that pissed off with him, okay? Doesn't bother me. Get away from me. Then again, it probably would actually. Let him take the cereal.
Yeah. Well, according to Daredevil, he just wanted to taste some good cereal, okay?
Exactly.
It's totally okay.
Good luck. Be entitled to that.
Good luck pissing on my grandpa's grave. He's like entombed, like story up. You have to have some good aim. Lawmakers have argued for years that the industry, which is largely white
people,
if you want a state credit, your productions are going to have to start reflecting the state's priorities. So like Autumn Burke says, we totally need to acknowledge the land and stuff and things before you start a multi-million-dollar production, even though, you're probably on the clock for $3,000 a minute. It's important to acknowledge that we totally conquered the Indians and we have no intention of giving their land back.
Well, we just conquered a bunch of people. I said we.
Well, you want to know why? Harsh reality. It's our land now.
Well, that's just it. They were fighting. They've been infighting for fucking thousands of years.
Yes.
This is just another one that's come over and gone, ours now. A land acknowledgement. So you have to acknowledge the people that stole it from the other people. Gotcha. Shut up.
Well,
Shut up.
If all life on Earth were hypersentient and sapient, whatever it is, and got a chance to complain about humans, we would eventually just be like, you're just mad that we evolved faster than you.
Yeah.
And we got all the guns and stuff faster.
Yeah.
And then the dogs would get guns, and then we'd be like, oh, fuck.
Dogs would never, we don't deserve dogs. They would never betray us. If the dogs got guns, they'd protect us. In 2023, the legislature extended the state's $330 million film incentive for an additional 5 years. It is now considering expanding the program to $750 million under the terms of the extension. By the way, this isn't giving them money. That's the amount of tax they won't take from them. Under the terms of extension, productions are required to complete a diversity work plan and make a good faith effort to achieve diversity goals.
What is good faith? How are you going to know? What does that mean? Like, what if something gets in the way, and you can't make it happen, and then they're like, well, that wasn't very good faith of you.
Yep.
Like,
If they opt out or fail to make a good faith effort, they will lose 4% of their tax credit or up to $800,000 on a blockbuster film. Guys, I think it's a complete mystery why productions are leaving California. I'm like, this sounds great. Easy peasy. But the state is constrained by Prop 209, the 1996 ballot measure that outlawed affirmative action, reaffirmed by voters in 2020. The constitutional amendment bars the state from giving racial preferences in hiring and contracting. But they've been breaking that law like consistently since 2020. Absolutely. And that's why they had to back out on it, because they were going to start getting fucking sued. Lawmakers tried to get around that by putting the onus on productions to set their diversity goals while mandating only the goals be broadly reflective of the state's demographics. Remind me again, what does diversity mean as?
It's meant to mean different groups of people, including more people, including different demographics.
I thought it just meant less white.
Well, that's the real term. Sorry,
Yeah.
I thought you wanted the bullshit term.
Yeah.
Diversity means less white, and inclusion means excluding whites.
But the regulations issued by the CFC, I wanted to say FU, make clear
CUNT.
that productions cannot set numeric goals either. Yeah, because that's against the law. It's against every hiring practice in this country.
you've hired too many whiteys.
Yeah.
The diversity goals, which are designed to reduce barriers for those underrepresented in film, are submitted voluntarily and evaluated on good faith efforts to create equal access rather than quotas or numeric targets. It's a workaround. It's their workaround. It might sound like, well, we're not actually implementing this rule, but they are, because let's go back to the Oscar rules, which are, they haven't gotten rid of those, guys, have they?
No.
Nope.
The BBC's inclusion and diversity policy.
The most horrifying rule they ever implemented was that they had to watch the films they vote on. That's unacceptable. How could they be expected to do that?
I mean, that's how Amelia Perez damn near swept the Oscars.
Wow.
Said Colleen Bell, the CFC executive director, in a statement. The regulations state that the commission will reject any work plan that includes quotas or other numeric goals regarding protected classes, including race, ethnicity, gender, and disability status. The reason they had to do that is they were going to get sued. And why weren't they sued before? Because the previous administration didn't care. They were all in lockstep. But now there's an administration that thinks differently, and they were going to get sued and get in a lot of trouble. Instead, they get 4% bump of productions. Will have to go through a checklist of items meant to promote equity education.
Oh, my God.
And industry capacity building. Industry capacity building. This is fucking bullshit. Goddamn corporate state terms. I hate them all. Those items may include an honorarium to a California tribal members to conduct a land acknowledgement.
Yeah. God, insufferable fucking people. Insufferable. See you next Tuesday.
And they're just using him as a shield. The thing is, this is just like, hey, we have to totally change, not roll back our DEI requirements. Let's put the Indians up as a shield. Let's acknowledge land.
We're going to acknowledge it. And this is the funny thing, Gary, right? Let's say they acknowledge the land, and then the tribe, whatever tribe it is, go, we don't want you to film here. They'd be like, well, tough.
Exactly. That would be pretty funny if a tribe told them to go fuck themselves. I bet you
wonder
that
if this tribal member is someone who doesn't even care about it either that much. Like, they turn up in like a really shabby sort of office outfit, and they're just like with a clipboard,
And that tribal member has blonde hair and blue eyes and is like 1,000th a member of that tribe.
And they do the thing of like, do you acknowledge, this is land of a sign here. I do now hereby acknowledge. Okay, bye.
Yep. Check, please. I'm going to go to the casino. Dude, don't you love those people who look fucking whiter than Az, who are like, I am 175th Winnebago.
What's it called? Elizabeth Warren? Is that Elizabeth Warren? Can you guess what race I am this week?
And they go full on though. They go full on. It's so fucking cringe. Where was I? Goddamn. Those items may include an honorarium, blah, 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 and contracting with organizations to promote sustainability efforts, given that underrepresented communities are disproportionately affected by environmental impacts.
What?
Well, okay, so wait.
They need an umbrella.
Underrepresented people. Oh, in other words, black people and Indians are more affected by weather than white people.
Wait. Have you seen As Ever Burn in the Sun versus some other people? I'm just saying.
Yeah. I could get some. I could get pretty toasty.
Wait, you go out in the sun? Why?
He doesn't go out in the sun. This is theoretical.
I know why I stay inside.
This is fucking theoretical. For one, he lives in the UK,
You have to
so
remind yourself.
you never see the sun anyway. And when you do, you go, "Oh my God, it's 26 Celsius. I'm roasting."
Shut up, air conditioner country.
Yeah.
Country.
As the air conditioning is on.
Damn right. I know what they mean by environment, though. They mean society. Okay, that's what they mean. It's gobbledygook Marxist fucking academic talk. That's what it is. Commie gobbledygook. In the statement, Bell said, the commission believes the regulations are fully compliant with both the language and the spirit of the 2023 extension and in accordance with state and federal law. Is it in accordance with federal law and state law? I don't know. I think that's why as soon as Trump was in office, all of a sudden, Jeff Bezos and everybody's like, oh, let's play ball. The CEO of Google is like, oh, hey, buddy, here's some money for your inauguration. Don't look into our hiring practices, please. We'll roll them all back immediately. And then, as many have said, we'll take all our DEI departments and say we're going to get rid of them and just relabel them. Given the constraints of Proposition 209, the constraints of this proposition that says we're going to actually treat people equally. You have to be, you got to be hired based on your merit. That's a constraint, everybody. This is a worthy measure worth given some time, said former Assemblywoman Wendy, who authored the legislation. It's just starting. In a report issued on May 1st, the legislation analyst's office said it remains to be seen whether the new requirements will improve diversity because they're just guys, they weren't doing hard enough. Yeah, remember the line going out now is Hollywood didn't try hard enough. I am a critic of Hollywood, obviously. I will call them out on their shit. The one thing I will not call them out on is not trying diversity. They fucking tried. Hollywood is truly, truly fucked, and that's a good thing. They'll never get out of their own way. They're too fucking stupid. Productions have been leaving for decades now. Production is down 40%. Movie ticket sales are down 40%. And woke Hollywood is breaking up, and it's just nothing but good for the world. And let them fucking eat each other alive as they fall apart. I am totally okay with it. Entertainment will survive. Movies will survive. And we'll see other independent things come up. We'll see a paradigm shift eventually, mostly with independent as things get cheaper. And I think that's nothing but fucking good.
Nerdrotic.com. Please subscribe.